Hey guys, Crew of Blindwave. I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
Aaron.
And this is HBO's The Last of Us.
What are you doing?
Things are getting somber.
What? What are you talking
Scary.
about? No, we sewed a guy shut.
That's not somber and scary?
No, that's what they do every day at the hospital to heal people.
You
It's happy.
hate that.
Good. Shoving.
Involves needles.
Shelvin'.
I was just trying to say Calvin and shut up, and they go together so well. It's Calvin.
Yes.
You mean shut up, Calvin?
Yep.
It's some other guy.
We had a bit of a backstory last episode, and we were at a mall, and the subject for a poll was, what was your favorite mall wonder? In the comments, what would be a post-apocalyptic wonder at your local mall? Let's see, 3% the Halloween store, 5% the photo booth, 7% the carousel, 16% the escalator, and 65% the arcade.
Yeah. We don't have an arcade in ours anymore, but we do have the bungee trampoline thing.
We have that
would be
little
pretty cool.
arcade thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have too much.
Like
And there's
ticket
laser tag in
machines,
there.
though.
No, not all of them. There's some.
There's a
an
few
alien shooting
There's a
money.
few light gun games.
And there's a
but
Jurassic Park one.
not nearly as many as there used to be.
Flashback 007 says the arcade was the best, but I love the wonder of Ellie seeing an escalator for the first time. That is pretty wonderful.
Yeah, it made her add a whole new wonder. A whole new wonder.
Sandwich says there is a pretty big Lego store I'd definitely take advantage of. Hopefully that hadn't been looted yet.
You can make armor.
What?
Robert English says the Wolf Chase Galleria in Memphis, Tennessee has one of the best or the coolest carousels I had ever seen.
Huh.
My family always made an effort to ride the carousel whenever we went. Dip602 says, I love scary, spooky stuff, so I'm going to go with the Halloween store. In the mall I go to, there is a bowling alley, and I like going there.
There's a bowling alley in your
Mall?
mall?
That's pretty cool.
I wonder.
That's great.
Aldagierson says, the best wonder in my local mall would be the arcade with a huge grown-up playground and foam pits.
Where's this place at?
I don't know.
I want to go. I like foam pits. Best we have is like those
Oh no. I don't feel like they would be very soft to land on.
foam with an M.
Oh.
JoJo's Dub Fan says, local shopping center wonder, the library. It has everything you can need. Educational books for self-teaching, historical books without FEDRA or Firefly bias, entertainment you can take home without the internet. Libraries are a paradise of information.
The what?
Libraries would be pretty good.
Libraries.
Yep. It's a place where you go and you read and you learn, Aaron. Better yourself.
Why?
We'll end with Andy V85, who says, my local mall is already a desolate post-apocalyptic place. That does seem to be the case with a lot of malls these days.
What's the
shutting
wonder?
It's a wonder that it's still in business.
When can we bury him?
We'll bury your father in the spring.
You recognize the guy?
That was Troy Baker.
Oh.
How much do we have left? Venison, elk, rabbit. Keep the whole town on rations. Now go get our guns. We're going hunting.
So cool seeing Troy Baker in live action.
Yeah.
Shoot the bunny now.
Don't shoot the bunny with that. There won't be anything left.
Aw.
Well, you need to clean that rifle now.
Like that? It's right down the barrel.
Look down and make sure you got it all out.
Fucking thing! Nice.
Now he runs. Man, adrenaline can take them so far.
Don't chase him.
Don't chase him.
No.
Why?
Spoil the meat.
What do you think? I don't see anybody.
You think we can just take it?
Drop your rifles!
Oh, Ellie.
All right, go talk to Howard. He's got a case with some penicillin. Bring back 2 bottles and a syringe. It's not code, James. Do as I said.
It's not code. Don't bring back 2 guys and guns.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
They chose to follow you. Is this...
Was he like a preacher or something, or?
Well, you sort of kind of got me there. I am a preacher, but just pretty standard Bible stuff. What?
The whole world ended and you still believe that shit.
I actually started believing after the world ended. Before that, I was a teacher. Math.
Teacher, preacher.
So you went from teacher to preacher because what, it fucking rhymes?
Yeah, exactly.
0 to hero.
But when the Pittsburgh QZ fell in 17, Fireflies and Fedra, I left with a few others, and that's how I ended up with our flock.
I'm really far from Pittsburgh.
A long way from Pittsburgh.
Stop saying what Ellie says.
No, I believe everything happens for a reason. It does. It does. I can prove it to you.
Okay.
So I sent 4 of our people to a nearby town to scavenge what they could. And only 3 of them came back. Turns out he was murdered by this crazy man. And get this. That crazy man was traveling with a little girl. You see? Everything happens for a reason. James, lower the gun. Did you bring the medicine?
Yeah, but
Throw it to her.
David.
It's not code.
You know how easy she's gonna be to track with that weight?
Yeah. She's gonna be excited to have the medicine. She's gonna go straight back there.
So the ones from the college, the one
Yeah.
that Joel killed.
That's what it
I mean,
seems like.
they jumped on him though. You know. I don't think you injected in the area. Just put it somewhere else.
Syringe time. Aaron, keep looking. Hey, you react to this. Oh my god.
Joe, where the fuck?
No, we need to punch you out. That's not the deal.
Anywhere. Right there. Oh my god, it's gonna be so tender.
Don't put it in the
Oh, it goes right in the middle.
Oh,
Oh,
it looks
big
so
gauge
tender. Think
needle.
about the sensation. Oh,
The pain on top of pain. That's a lot of antibiotics. You need to be careful injecting it into the gut.
why is it still going on?
You'll cause like gut death. No! Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
All over Eric. All over Eric's notes.
Burn my hands trying to protect it. Okay, all right, that's how you do penicillin, I think. You good? We good.
Yep.
I'm good.
What is it?
Venison.
Little girl's dad.
I was gonna say, so that little girl's dead.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll save the body until spring.
And we'll bring that man to justice.
You should kill him. You should kill both of them.
Oh, jeez.
I know you think you don't have a father anymore. But the truth is, Hannah, you will always have a father. And you will show him respect when he's speaking.
Huh. What scared them birds?
There are men coming, okay? I'm gonna lead them away from you. But if anybody makes it down here, you fucking kill them. You got it? Joe. Joe, do not fall asleep.
I'd be like, fuck.
When I'm on to bed and I got a pillow.
would be very upset if I were made to fight for my life when I had colitis.
I would be very upset.
I would be more upset than just having colitis, is what I'm trying to say.
Hey, motherfuckers!
Oh, God. Go, horse, go. The horse doesn't have to be alive, then. It might shoot the horse. Zigzag, bob, and weave. Oh, man.
There's the horse.
Oh, Joel. Oh, the absolute pain he must be in.
Lay there and pretend you're dead.
Sure.
Get him.
Oh, he's gone.
Stick the knife into the wound.
Put a log there.
Where'd you get a log? You're in the basement dying.
I should have a log.
Nice one, Joel.
Yeah. Wow.
More deaths, so you gotta fight for these people.
Oh, we killed Alec and that guy. Oh my God.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Timothy?
Does he have a teeny weeny meaning?
Oh, shit.
Oh. Is that another guy? Oh!
Yeah.
That's all three, right?
It's ambush.
Wasn't it David and like 5 dudes? And 2 of them drug a horse home?
Timothy.
Leave him alone. You're next.
Please. I don't know any girl.
Oh, that's so down on your knee, too. Oh, that's your patellar tendon.
He can't help you. You focus right here, or I'll pop your fucking kneecap off.
He will. He'll do it.
It's the right spot for it. Joel is a bad man.
He can be when he needs to be.
Go ask him. He'll tell you. I'm not lying.
No!
Oh.
Shit! Jesus! You motherfucker, fuck you. I ain't telling you shit. It's okay. No. I believe him. No.
Oh, man.
He is a bad man when he needs to be.
What'd she see?
I don't know.
Is it the remains?
And here.
The last thing they processed.
That's how you make the hot dogs.
I think that's why there's a cage, Eric.
They need a father. You don't. You're beyond that. I'm a shepherd surrounded by sheep, and all I want is an equal. A friend.
What about my friend?
Like I said, loyal. They do what I tell them to do. They follow me. And they would follow us. Lord knows I could use the help. Look what's happened. We'd make this place perfect. We'd grow, spread out, and we'd do whatever we needed for our people. Imagine the life we could give them. Imagine the life we could build.
Break your finger. That was a crack. That was a crack. Get it. Get the geese.
Let's see what I go tell the others now.
Aaron, you.
Ellie,
Cameron's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
What?
Cyrus the Virus.
tell them that Ellie is the little girl who broke her fucking finger!
The horse.
Oh my god.
Where'd they find these people? That's more than Alec just happened, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People know.
James. I was hoping he's been down with him, not like he is.
Sure.
I was hoping that was why he wanted to kill her.
I'm infected! I'm infected.
Tainted me.
And now so are you. Roll up my sleeve. Look at it. Look at it!
Ugh,
So crafty.
What did you say? Everything happens for a reason.
No, she would have turned by now. This isn't real.
That looks pretty fucking real to me.
Oh shit! Oh my gosh!
She got James.
Troy, no!
No, it's okay. If he didn't turn sides, I want him dead.
He has to save.
I mean, that's true.
He has to save Satan. He'll come back. Oh, this is great. This location.
Yep.
I like the game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. You should stop that, bro. Get it! Stop it! Do something. You get
He didn't do anything.
like take the curtain down or something. Start stomping on it. I don't know.
Well, I have news for you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Neither one of us is dying today. You see, I've changed my mind. I've decided you do need a father. So I'm gonna keep you. Ellie.
Maybe you are dying today.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving, Mally.
I thought you already knew. The fighting is the part I like the most. There's no fear in love.
Jesus.
That was
Bella Ramsey, Let's try. He's here.
It's me. It's okay.
But
It's okay. It's okay, baby girl.
Oh.
I got you. I got you.
It was 10 minutes. Joel killed everyone else.
Man, David starts off as such like he seems like he's like, I'm here for you, I'm gonna help you and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
watching and it just
Charismatic leader.
keeps on transitioning until eventually you're like, there's where he
You
is.
see what he really is.
know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's scary because like he's like, I'm a preacher. I used to be a teacher, and it's like, when did you become this that you are now? You know,
Yeah.
like
I think he just.
right. I don't. That type of thing doesn't just happen.
I feel like he was always like this. He just didn't use the Bible and
maybe not. Yeah,
religion
like,
to get what he
Yeah,
wanted.
but
He just
maybe
used
he
his
might
position
have-
as a teacher.
Yeah. Like when do you transition to the idea of when he's there at the end? It's like fighting. That's the part I like, you know. And then like that just happened. You just switched eventually, or Like, I don't think that's what happened, you know? And him being a teacher first makes me just like, ugh.
Do you almost think that whenever, because he said specifically, don't kill her, and then James and the other guys are like, all right, do it. Do you think they were trying to?
That's what I was saying.
I feel like James knew what was going to happen, and he was
better for this girl to be dead than alive.
That's why, like, I wanted James, like I want him to come around and maybe like even if he showed up and like David died and like Ellie get out of here kind of thing, like he helped her. Just the idea of like do it. Like, them saying that, like, he's like, oh, your vengeance that you want. And I'm like, maybe it's not vengeance on her that he wants. Maybe it's like, I don't want you to have, like, the Hannah girl, whatever, that he slapped, right? Like, whatever's going on there was like, you still got a daddy kind of thing. I'm like, I just, that there, I'm like, this just feels weird. And then we get to the end, and I'm like, there we go.
Yeah, I think James was more for it when David was going to kill her and, like, turn her into meat or whatever. Like, at that point.
Well, even there, too, like, there was elements where he's like, I feel like there's doubt. He's like, not from them. And I'm assuming James was one of the ones that knew that
they were eating human meat.
Yeah, of what they were doing, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe he's doubting who they're following and what they're doing, too. And, I don't know. Plus, it was also Troy Baker, so I think I just wanted to be like, please don't be like this asshole.
Sure,
I know. Yeah. And he did a great job, but Bella Ramsey's performance in that murder scene, and her defending herself
in the steakhouse,
but her being able to just like dig deep and let out that this primal instincts, man, she really brought it. And in that final scene when Joel calls her baby girl, like, that fucking got me. He's never said that to her. He always saved that for Sarah.
I mean, she stuck around. She helped him. She didn't leave him.
Yeah, no.
And then he, like, goes through all that with that fucking thing on his side. Like, I'm going to get back there. I'm going to find her.
Yeah. No, it's a TV show, so I'll allow that. Like, a wound like that, I mean, that's going to debilitate you for a very, very long time, but
sure,
I bought it.
It's also one of those things, too, where it's not that Joel saved up and saved her. It's Ellie fought back and protected herself, you know?
Yeah.
And I like that element of it, too.
Yeah.
Like, she fought back.
Yeah. No, just great performances all around. The actor that played David, like, that's a tough role, I think.
Sure.
It's a tough thing to do and try to bring, like, an earnest perspective and performance to, and I thought he did a great job. I've seen him before as a character.
I feel like I have too.
I don't know his name.
He reminds me of the therapist from Dark.
Yeah. See, I kept thinking of Kevin from Brooklyn mixed with Cyrus the Virus from Con Air.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? John Malkovich?
Malkovich, yeah.
His name is John Malkovich. He speaks like this. It's close to Snape, but not.
Which is funny because I made the put the bunny down reference to.
Yeah, you did.
So he was shown the way by the Cordyceps.
So he says.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's just
the new
more
dominant species of the earth, and he's just following suit.
He's like, they just take care of their kids and they love, and sometimes they need to use
incredible
violence.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know what this group or town situation has been, but I mean, they need to not be in this area if they can't plan for. I mean, they said it was an unusually brutal winter, but they gotta leave this area.
Sure.
Not anymore. They're all dead, pretty much, right? I'm assuming.
I assume.
I don't think they're all dead, but
the people who needed to die are dead.
I don't think they're gonna last. I mean, they have this water in here. I imagine they'd be mainly fishing, but maybe there's no fish. I don't know.
I mean, maybe they just if it's a pond, it may not have like the ecosystem to sustain that amount of fishing. Maybe. I don't know.
But in the winter, and you got water there, if you don't exhaust that, I mean, they had to have exhausted that. Like, you don't just be like, oh, well, Mark got in an accident, you know? We
sure.
Or Alec, or whoever it was. The father.
Or, I don't know, maybe if it was like a resort lake or pond or whatever it is, like maybe they didn't keep it stocked.
Yeah. The thing, too, is like, at what point do you decide that?
Exactly.
Like, are they, like the Alec thing, there were 3 more bodies. I don't know where those came from. Was Alec like the first one they did that with, and it was because he had already died?
Well, Alec was the one that Joel killed, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
We didn't get the name of the other guy.
Well, yeah, that doesn't matter, though. Like, as far as, like, if he died not because we killed him, right? Like, if we were all trying to survive, I'm like, man, I'm really hungry, God, we should kill Eric and eat him.
Sure.
Or are we out and about trying to hunt and you fall on a stick
Yeah.
and end up dying? Well, he's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Actually,
should
guys,
eat him.
I think I'm gonna pull through. It's like, oh, too bad.
You know, would you know?
Sure, yeah. The girl's father, like 4 of them went out and 3 of them came back. I wonder if there was any kind of like, was that the plan?
Or like they
Maybe
were really
they-
aggressive. They were really aggressive out there. Where they like, let's kill these guys and eat them. And then they're like, well, here's our body. Might as well eat him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they may have just decided to eat, you know, eat him while he's fresh. You know, there's more in the larder kind of thing, and we need to get rid of this body anyway.
Because James' idea of like killing Ellie, like when they're all like, do it. Maybe it's also just hunger. They're like, hey, kill her. At least more meat we can eat. Or is it more of like, don't let him get her? You know.
I don't know. There's a lot of complication stuff there. I think that once you've gotten so desperate that you have knowingly eaten human meat, like a lot of your standards start to slip.
That's the other thing too. Is like,
Sure.
say Eric died,
Yeah.
and we decided to eat him after he's dead.
Yeah.
Are we then more likely to be like, well, kill that guy, eat him?
Yeah.
Or is it a one time kind of thing? You know, I don't know how they went about it.
I would say so.
don't know.
Just gotta be careful with eating human meat. You be careful. Look at my
Yeah.
brain. You'll get sick.
Thanks, brain.
I'm too smart.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you'll get overloaded with smart.
I don't want to get deaf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck.
Tainted meat!
Nah.
Oh, man. All right, well, let's check out some of the Q&As that we got coming in. All right, we're going to start with Ronan Unchained, who says, I love that the show is showing more than just the infected. A reason to think of this cure that Ellie potentially carries with her. Is humanity worth saving? If it's gone down this dark road for 20 years. After tonight's episode, what do you all think?
It's interesting because you have some differences, right? Not everyone has been like them.
No.
No,
But then
yeah.
we saw like the other QZ, right? But then we saw like those 2 people just up in the cabin. We don't care about you.
Yeah.
I made your soup.
They were living that way before, and they're still like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the fall of humanity hasn't affected them at all.
Well, Bill, right? Like,
Sure.
there was a difference between, like, Frank fell in a hole and was like, hey, you know, or those other guys who came up like,
What
"Get
took
him."
you so long to respond? I was thinking about lying, but then I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, but then like the other guys came up and just started like attacking.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a difference. Like go up there, ring the bell, get on the radio, talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Like you need to have some communication. Like Ellie didn't just start shooting them, but those guys wanted to eat people. So I don't know. It's tough. That's my biggest fear in the apocalypse is like I don't want to just kill humans. I want humanity to survive. But if I don't, is it going to be like when we played DayZ? You used to play DayZ, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you just find random survivors, you could go up and try to talk to them. But most of the time, they shoot on sight. You know, and it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill on sight is one of the most frustrating things about playing that game.
Yeah, I only had one time that I can think of a random person I found. I was like, hello, because like there was a flare tossed out. I'm like, I know someone's around, so I just started talking. I'm like, hello, anyone here? It's like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? It's like, I just here. I don't want to kill you. It's like, I'm at the top of this tower. If you come up here, I'm gonna shoot you. It's like, okay, look, I'm not gonna come down. I'm gonna put away my gun. I'm coming up, you know, and like that's the only time I remember having someone and we didn't just shoot each other on sight.
Yeah.
And then eventually we walked around. He got hit, broke his legs.
No.
And he's like, oh man, I need some of this stuff. You got any? And I looked, and there it was. Nope.
And you ate him?
No, I didn't eat him.
Oh my
No.
God, Aaron.
He's like, I'll crawl over here and wait for my buddies to log in later. I'm like, all right, but I didn't give him my shit. But I didn't kill him either. I didn't kill him or eat him.
Sure.
You were thinking about that, weren't you?
Like,
I understand.
if his leg is broken, depending on what version of DayZ it was, like
doesn't need it.
he couldn't stand up.
No, he
So
had to
you-
crawl around and stuff.
So you could have stood on top of him and hit him on the back of the head,
I didn't.
and he would have spun around and not been able to shoot
I
up
could
at
have
you, right?
killed him, but I didn't.
You could have eaten just his legs. He didn't need them. They're broken.
Well, he could have gotten like morphine or whatever it was
Yeah,
to fix
to
him.
set-
What about
So-
his legs?
But I was gonna.
I don't need those. Gus says, it was perfect again. Bella's performance made me sob, of course. Question,
So good.
which of you would turn to cannibalism first, and which of you would be eaten? Here's the thing. I don't need to turn to cannibalism as quick.
What?
I can sustain
Is that what you think would happen?
my fat stores for a
think-
while.
you don't
You
think-
guys could be a lot more desperate than I am. I'm like, I'm good.
You think you would sustain and not like? Get
I'd be
hungry
eating
sooner?
myself.
That's cannibalism.
No, I mean the natural way.
Auto cannibalism.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to know how long it would take before I'd be like,
I have to say,
tasty, you know.
Every time that we've talked about like, oh man, if we were trapped somewhere, like Eric is always the one that brings up cannibalism first. He's like, at what point would you decide to like eat people?
I need to know, because look.
Well,
I
know.
See your hungry eyes.
Because you have a predisposition to eating people.
No.
You're like, at what point am I allowed? And nobody will freak out.
No. This is all about conservation ratio. You guys are going to be thinking about.
He's trying to rationalize
one
it.
life.
He's just so hungry. He's hungry right now.
First.
Go ahead.
If we eat you, it's not going to be as much.
It's true.
That's where it comes down from. You need fat content to absorb the protein from my meat. You don't have fat content.
I have good, like, meat to fat ratio though.
Yeah, I know.
Meat to fat ratio?
Yeah. It's not a tremendous amount of marbling.
Just saying, like, if you got like a moose or a deer, like if they don't have a lot of fat on there, like you're just gonna be going through. You're not gonna get the benefits. You gotta use me to cut. Use some of my fat with that meat. I understand. I get it. Okay, it's gonna be me first.
All right, so Eric's okay with it.
I'm not okay with it.
We've established that Eric would eat us first.
I'm just saying that if we have like limits, we gotta talk about them first, and then I'll be like, look. Take a foot, you know?
I mean, we would exhaust everything we could have eaten before that, right?
I don't know.
It's not just going to be like fucking, there's this canned chicken or Eric, you know?
We don't got an opener.
Motherfucker. It depends how expired the canned chicken is.
Sure, right. All right, well, what about that, what's that, like, Norwegian, like, fish stuff that they say?
I would use that as bait.
Would you eat me first?
Before that,
yeah,
I would use that as bait to catch animals.
Yeah,
I feel like I would need.
And if there were no animals to be caught with that disgusting shit,
I feel like
then we would go hunting together.
This is go hunting together. Yeah. Okay, because I'm like, I feel like I need Eric.
Like I know how to make a fish
accidentally die, so I would feel better about it, right?
Yeah,
accidentally.
Like, I don't want him.
Motherfucker out back almost threw me off the side of the road one time.
He was hungry.
He was just hungry.
Yeah. But like, if he accidentally dies, I think I feel. Well, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah. Like, Eric, we gotta get. There's a bird nest up here with some eggs in it. Can you climb up there and get that? You know.
Whoops.
If he gets it, we got eggs. If he doesn't, we got Eric.
That's true. Spice says, hey crew, I don't know about you, but a few of those scenes were tough to get through. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
That needle scene.
My question is, what do you think happened to the rest of David's group? They probably all died, like he said, but maybe that's for the better sometimes. The rest of David's group.
I mean, they were off wherever they sleep, right?
Yeah.
I think they all came for like eating and communion or whatever there.
Yeah, I don't know how many.
One house.
I mean,
sure.
a deer can feed, depending on the portions, 200 people, you know, for a meal. But I don't know how many they have and all that stuff.
Well, they said they had like 2 weeks of food or so, right? And that wasn't counting the one deer.
But the horse, I mean, if you can preserve that properly, if you can like dry it out maybe with jerky.
I've never eaten a horse. So I don't know. Is there like a lot of meat that you can eat from a horse?
Yeah, there's of course a lot of meat. You just,
there's just more of it on a horse than there is a deer.
Yeah.
Like a deer is like 150 pounds if it's a good healthy deer. A horse is like 800 to 1,200 pounds.
Are they making it like a stew though to like soften the meat a bit or something maybe, or like?
I mean, you would want to, you know, put the bones in the stew, try to get the bone marrow out, all that.
Get as much nutrition out of the animal. Like you'd probably want to boil like the skin and the fat and render it out and boil it down and stuff. Yeah,
deep fry
like
it.
Liver, kidneys, and stuff.
Be good, deep fry.
I mean, I suppose you could. IKEA just put horse in their meatballs.
What?
People didn't notice until they tested the meat. So, must be pretty okay. I like their meatballs.
Probably helps hold it together, right?
Is this a joke?
A lot of horse get turned to glue.
Oh, okay, yeah. It took me a bit to get there, but maybe I should eat your brain. You sound smart.
I don't know about that.
Matt Puckett says, this was the first one that I felt knowing the game ruined some of the enjoyment for me. It's not to say that it was bad, but knowing the truth about David made me feel less immersed in it than I think a new viewer might be. Have you guys had that with any of the episodes so far? I definitely understand. Like, every time I meet somebody that says they're watching and they haven't played the game, I keep saying, oh, I'm so jealous because they've they're taking this game and this setting and these characters so seriously that I really am kind of jealous for people watching it for the first time. That being said, it really all it does is just let me direct my my thoughts about the production kind of go in different directions as opposed to like what's going to happen. We get to kind of like appreciate the performances and what's being done and why it's being done a little bit more, which is also fun.
I feel like I've been watching it, like for this one especially, where it's like I have an idea of where it's going, but I'm also like waiting to see if it goes another direction.
And things
right?
can change.
I don't know what James was gonna do,
Yeah.
or will David be exactly the same, or you know, any of that kind of stuff, or what they want to go with. So,
but being able just to appreciate, like, I mean, the locations just it felt like it came out of the game. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
The town. I mean, the resort, not so much. Like, the actual resortness of it. I remember, like, walking up
in
to
the restaurant, though.
But the restaurant felt it a lot of
I feel like we skipped a lot of the Joel part of the game.
Yeah.
And stuck with Ellie for the most part, which was still pretty good.
Yeah.
And we didn't do the bunny scene.
Rebecca says, my question is, do you guys think that Ellie's logic is right about her infecting people? Whenever she gets scanned, it shows that she's infected, even though she's immune. So it is possible she could infect others. So she could be asymptomatic of the actual virus, but still be a carrier. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how it works with the whole transfer of the saliva
yeah.
and all that stuff. Could
I
really
mean,
use some
I would
Firefly
say
science.
that like the thing that they're testing for is probably just a like protein marker of like the organism breaking down in the body or like being metabolized or something like that to show the presence of it being there. And that would exist whether she's still a carrier or not, right? Because that's the way a lot of like tests now work, is they're looking for certain markers that like the body exhibits when something breaks down, or like at least that's how like the COVID-19 tests, like the rapid tests and stuff work. So I would say maybe she doesn't necessarily have to be a carrier for that to still show up. Because I mean, they would assume that, oh, you're infected, you are going to die from this point. You know, nobody survives this shit out of 7-8 billion people.
Yeah.
I like that James was like, I don't know, it looks pretty fucking real to me.
Yeah.
He's
like I don't know, this is something she would just
I was
fake.
waiting for him to just shoot him.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know.
No chances.
Yeah. No, it's interesting that they have David, you know, this cult leader who claims to speak for God and talk about no coincidences, but when he sees that, he just discounts it. You know, he's not seeing a miracle or something miraculous. Like, despite, I see that mark, and they've probably seen that type of mark a lot, but this one's healed. Like, he didn't even think about it.
Sure.
You know? Scarecrow is the last one, saying, I'm glad they aren't shying away from the fact that Joel is not a good person and will do horrible things to survive/protect Ellie. He is brutal on the show, and that's not even counting the stuff we don't see. Really makes me excited for the finale events and the season 2 story.
I think they soften it by having him do like, it's like if Indiana Jones was doing terrible things to these people, and then you find out they're Nazis. You're like, oh, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was, you know? Like, I feel like they had that with Joel here, and it's like, Jesus, he's just killing these people. And then you're like, oh, they're also eating people. I don't feel as bad. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of softens the blow a little bit.
I get you. Like, Joel doesn't know that.
Sure, no. He just knows that they took Ellie and were coming to kill him, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that still seems bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's immediately thinking of that military person that just shot him, you know? Like, you need to stop them before they get you.
Sure.
So he doesn't care.
Like, that moment of hesitation was his last.
Yeah.
Right?
If Tommy was here and hesitated on these things, it might not have worked out the same way.
And it's also the case that Ellie, like, came down, gave him a knife, and warned him, like, if you see anyone, kill them.
Yeah.
Don't, you know.
Yeah, so all he knows
don't talk to him.
Is that, right?
So, I feel like at this point, they've been traveling together long enough that they can trust each other's judgment on that. Like, especially if Ellie is like, no, you kill them.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past, she's been like, you know, should we stop and help? Should we talk to them? It's like, no, we kill them.
Well, and there's also the idea, like, we did a trade, right? They took the deer, like the whole deer ended up.
Yeah.
And they got medicine. There was no reason for them to be where they were, right? They were tracking them.
Yeah.
Why are you tracking us? For what reason?
Revenge.
Yep.
And this is also the second time, I suppose now, where, like, Joel was kind of blamed for someone's death and we need to get revenge. but it's just him defending himself. Like both like in the city and outside the university, like they attacked first. You know, they drew first blood. You know, so not too bad.
Sure. I mean, it's a weird thing. Like they drew first blood. Like who drew first blood? Joel? Like that was after you attacked.
Yeah.
And then he had to kill someone.
Like Alec attacked me.
He killed him. We didn't kill any of them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like well.
But what if Alec is thinking, you know, if I don't do this, they're gonna eat me. You know. All right.
He's like lowest man on like the hierarchy, so it's just like, all right, well.
Or he had the most fat content, and his friends are judging like which one. I think it really makes sense if we do this.
Eric, you seem to know a lot about what you need to in order to eat people.
I do. I watched Alone.
Do they eat people
No, they don't
alone?
eat people. They just have to manage resource. I don't play. What's the game you guys played? DayZ.
DayZ?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't eat people in DayZ.
It seems like you did.
It's just it's just a.
You're like, I never met one person I didn't eat.
But
No, kill or get killed by. Sometimes I didn't even see them. They just shot me.
Yeah.
I'm just dead.
sometimes. Wrong place, wrong time. It's a big map.
There was one time I saw a guy who was just like running through the woods. I was like,
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I sniped him. I was on top of the tower. I'm like, look out. He's coming to you guys. Look out.
All right. Yeah, if you're like doing security or something.
Yeah,
All right, we need a poll for this week.
Would you eat people? Yes, no, I'll think about it.
Depends who, depends when.
What's a good poll? All right, guys, poll for this week. We want to know your thoughts on James, played by Troy Baker in this episode. Do you think that his plan to kill Ellie was more out of protection against David, that he knew kind of what he was going to be doing? Or was it out of the vengeance that David kind of implied and he told him to go kill Joel instead?
And we understand that it can be both, but try to pick one over the other. What do you think is more, greater than? What's that 51%?
I'm going to say, like, saving her from David is
I want to
was
lean
my
that
impression.
way too, and I think a lot of it is because of like David talking about like I sense doubt in there and
Sure.
doubt from James, so I feel like James is already doubting him, and I want to say that's why. That's my thought.
All right, well, let us know your thoughts at patreon.com/blindwave.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this reaction to The Last of Us. We're running out of episodes here, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on the next episode. Comes out right here each week. We'll be here for it. Subscribe. More links down in the description below, like Twitch, where we've also played The Last of Us.